to Dr. Hud and class, depending on who all will be viewing this. We will be analyzing a few episodes of the Powerpuff Girls and doing some critical thinking about them. We start off here with major competition. I believe it was still in season 1 of the Powerpuff Girls. Watching the episode, it was, it's good. Powerpuff Girls is good. But they hit on elements of traditional woman. Here is more of the acknowledgement of. I'll read it through. The Powerpuff Girls and Townsville. After exposing a fraud in the superhero by the name of Major Man, the town is very excited and congratulates them, as well as apologizing as, "We didn't realize how special you are to us. We're all very sorry." At time stamp 10 minutes and 33 seconds, so towards the end of the episode, the Powerpuff Girls reluctantly, re-accept them back into their traditional role, as they are now, again, the protectors of the city. But this is really showing what traditional women went through in the first wave feminist movement, where they had roles outside of the household while the men were away. Men come back, take those roles away from them, and then the first feminist movement is them recapturing those roles that they had gained while the men were away. This is really what's showing it, and it's denoted here when the mayor specifically says, "We didn't realize how special you are to us." It's really referring to their role in society. I mean, as superheroes, yes, but also as women. And then we will be moving on to the Rowdy Boys episode. This is a longer episode. It's one of their full, 25-minute episode. Really good. This has to do with Miss Bellum, who's a very integral character, and you'll see her later as I continue my reviewing. And the Powerpuff Girls, after being defeated by a group by the name of the Rowdy Rough Boys, the male counterparts, Miss Bellum proposes a way to win. Instead of fighting, they should try being nice. Nice. At timestamp 19 minutes 34, this is towards the end, this is after they have lost the fight. This is their last-ditch effort of trying to beat the Rowdy Rough Boys. And after losing to a male counterpart, specifically, Miss Bellum suggests being nice, which in this context is referring to Femme Fatale using their charm in a way to one-up men. Now, this was denoting children, obviously, so it's not going to use the sexualization of Femme Fatale, but more so using their characteristics as the opposite gender to charm their way to success, which does end up saving the day. They land some kisses on the Rowdy Rough Boys, and they explode into a million pieces. So, yeah. Moving on, we move on to Something's Amiss. Miss Cerebellum and the mayor. Miss Cerebellum is the secretary to the mayor, so she comes up a lot anytime the mayor is involved. When the mayor is surprised by Miss Cerebellum's advance on, "Can I take the afternoon off?" The mayor, very busy man, very surprised by this. Miss Bellum kisses him, and he agrees instantly. This is very out of character. This is at timestamp 2 minutes 14 seconds. She lands a kiss on him. Miss Bellum applies lipstick beforehand, turns off his music, makes sure he's no longer distracted, and really sets a body language and tone to show off her femme fatale character trait here. To get what she wants is with a romantic sexual advance towards the mayor. Now, knowing that the mayor is really easy and absent-minded, this works, and she proceeds the whole episode doing this quite often, and you come to find out it's not her, it's a villainess by the name of Seductress, I believe, which in the name you can kind of tell what her trait is. On to Equal Fights by later in the seasons, we come upon an episode where the Powerpuff Girls and Miss Bellum, the Powerpuff Girls have gone around. They've fought a villain by the name Femme Fatale. Little foreshadowing on what this one will be about. And she brings up the big dichotomy and the injustice and the hierarchical situation on sexism. And so the Powerpuff Girls are greatly moved by this, and they let her escape and continue to cause crime. This causes an intervention where, at the end of the intervention, Miss Bellum tells the girls, there is injustice in the world. She's also referring that the injustice that they were doing, where they were selectively choosing, they got mad at the professor and some other male characters during the episode unjustly. And she's suggesting here that there is injustice. There is this difference in sexes that is very poignant in the world. And they were not doing it correctly. They were doing some subpar stuff, and they were not correctly addressing the issue. So when she says injustice here, she is acknowledging the sexist components in the world, but she's also acknowledging that the girls are incorrectly coming at the problem, that it's not all men that are the problem, it is some men or some women. And this whole scene where they have this intervention is to drive home the difference between the two to the girls. Last on the list is an episode by the name of Members Only. This is to show off hegemonic masculinity. And it's a man by the name of Major Glory, and the association by the term awesome. The M in awesome, as well as the name itself, is trying to show off how masculinity is awesome, because it's a male-only group. Major Glory declares in front of awesome, we only accept the cream of the crop. Superheroes with very specific super attributes. At timestamp 8:05. So kind of in the middle of this episode. And a very... He's denoting specifically that the attributes he's looking for, as well as what you can see on screen, are really buff, masculine men, and this is a group of all men. When the little girls just want to join the superhero group because they're fans, but they're not masculine and they're not men. And it's really trying to... This shows how he is hegemonic. He even goes later into the episode to show that he doesn't understand what women are supposed to do in the household. They're supposed to just take care of the household, and the men do whatever they want. Situation, the cooking, the cleaning, the everything. And he didn't understand that there could be households where there isn't a wife, which is a household that the Powerpuff Girls come from, due to his hegemonic masculinity and his shallow thinking on that front. These are my critical thoughts of these 5 episodes. Thank you very much.